Hi, everybody. I thought I would come today and get tuned in, tapped in, and just kind of talk about some things. Let's have a conversation about how everyone has been doing. Just want you to know I've been sending my love out to the world because we need it. I'm sending blessings, prosperity, and healing to everyone because that's the way to do it. I was gonna name this video Practice Makes Permanent. I kind of wanted to talk about some of the things that I've been practicing, bring everything together that I have been talking about throughout these videos on my channel. So, honestly, it's all about what kind of creator we want to be. It's all about what we want. I have to ask myself, like, what do you want? You know, and I was able to answer that for myself. That I'm looking for the blueprint. Right? What's the blueprint? So the blueprint that I found was through the example, right? The example that works is the truth, which is we are made from the same substance, from the same creator that created the universe. It's amazing. And it's bringing people together and just miracles. The fact that God, it makes it happen. Our creator that created the universe makes it happen and is continuously making it happen. And he's waiting for us to tell him what we want. There's a song on that. Now that I think about it, I think it's a gospel song. It's like, call him up and tell him what you want. I just thought about that, by the way. But I wanted to come today and kind of just talk about how we do this thing. And there's so many different ways, but it's all consistent. And it's kind of ancient, but it's all consistent. It makes sense. But it does start off with what you want, with even the journey to the center of me, center of you, that I posted. It talks about if you are feeling knocked down by life, and you're sick of just you being in a loop and you're just going over and over and over again. Just the mundane, like that movie Groundhog's Day. He got out of that loop by loving the day, and he learned so much. That's how we get out of cycles. We love it. Love is the key. If anyone, like, unconditional love is the way out of everything. It gets us out of everything that we don't want to be in. It's love. You guys, it's the key. It's the key, you guys. So we have so many different formulas, laws, that I was kind of just thinking about. The most important thing is for our thoughts to be on unconditional love at all time and to be grateful for what we have, because that way we're able to manifest whatever we like. Life's a boomerang. You get what you put out. I am trying to make sure that I take all this muscle memory, when we're turning this thing around, when we actually realize the truth of what's happening, that we need to take responsibility for what's happening in our lives because of our thoughts. And so we take control over that and notice it more. The way that I've been doing that is through noticing. Distinguishing is finding out what something is, what it isn't, so that you know what you're doing. The difference between someone who is connecting with someone, if you know if you're healed or not, how are you responding to them? And not reacting, but responding to them. Are you responding out of love? In every situation, asking yourself, what would love have me do in this situation? Whether that would be loving yourself in a situation, saying to yourself, hey, I'm not sure if my words are falling on deaf ears, but I would like to love myself in this situation and take myself out of the situation. In a very kind way. You could let someone know that, or very kindly letting someone know how wonderful they are. If they're upset, letting them know you're here for them, that you've been where they are. That helps too. And that, people love that. So I've been learning about these formulas, right? And practicing them. If we learn about something, we can't put it, if we learn about something and don't put it into works, then it won't work. What are we learning it for if we're not practicing what we learn? So we gotta do what we're learning, especially if we're going to be able to give a testimony on if it works or not. I'm all about evidence-based information all the time. So I have these different things that I'm doing, right? The WRAP plan is so amazing to get started on knowing yourself, knowing who you are. If you're not wanting to start on the vision of your purpose right away, that's fine. Start with getting to know who you are first, because that's where I started. Who are you? What are you made of? Your substance. The Wellness Recovery Action Plan goes over all of those things. It helps you create your wellness toolbox, which you can find all of your happy places and write them down. That's so important. I love the WRAP because it also talks about your triggers. It's pretty amazing because when we start to talk about our outer environment that's bothering us, unless we're in our survival mode, which has a lot to do with, the full spectrum. That's just a broader text of looking at things. But if we're able to change it some sort of way, and we can, if we're, in a situation where you can't get out of it right away, then we can think of things, get creative on how we can create an action plan for the different things that are bothering us in our environment. But the point is that we have control over it. And our thoughts, how we're able to be so creative, is the fact we know we can think of a better way. There's always a way, right? So that's the WRAP plan. That's, with, like I was saying, the wellness toolbox triggers, when things are breaking down, just going over that, right? That's one way of doing it. And then, as I was stating during this interview, that whole formula is amazing. Just with vision, coming up with your vision, doing that by thinking about all the things that you want to do, simplifying it, having a mind map, writing out exactly what you want to do from where you are to where you want to be, and then this is the way we're going to get there. Believing in yourself to get there, and then yes, the people we hang around, our environment does make all the difference. There's different ways we can do that as well. Finding our tribe, our people. There's a lot of different ways we can find our formal and informal supports. So those are a couple of formulas. And then I also love the 10 components, right? The whole self-direction, individualized, person-centered, hope. Because our lives have to be all of those things. Strength-based. We have to respect ourselves and others. We have to take responsibility. Our journey is non-linear. That means it's not straight. It curves. Through all the decisions that we make, it curves. But honestly, in every situation, we can only go one way or the other. So I'm pretty sure that God has got it all panned out for us. He knows if we go this way, this is the path we're gonna take to get to where we need to go. And if we go this way, then this is the path that we're gonna take to get to where we need to go. I already said non-linear, but holistic. We are holistic beings. It takes so many different things to make us who we are, which is amazing. All of these things encompass us. Then the laws that are just undisputable. The fact that we get back what we put out. And we can see that in simply just when we go into a room, we walk into a room and we smile. I've given this example before, but it happens all the time. Or we don't smile. We kind of get back what we give. How do we continue to give out all that greatness because we want that greatness? Practicing getting to know ourselves.
Bluetooth mode.
Practicing knowing us. The common denominator with all of that is us taking responsibility for us. Because I want to help raise the vibration of the world. And to do that, I want to help people know and learn themselves and feel good every day, all the time, because we can do it. Abraham Hicks she would say it like, we need to stay on our high vibrating discs from the time we wake up in the morning, because it is doable. We practice it. We have all this muscle memory, as I was stating earlier. And yes, I will address the fact that my lights just blinked. And yes, that too. So, kind of looking at how we make sure that we take responsibility for us, and that's just simply keeping ourselves knowing who we are and staying in a high vibration. The laws of life, prosperity, knowing who we are, all that. We have different prayers that we can do for treatments. one that I love and I'll share with you is I wake up in the morning when the birds wake me up. And they're amazing. The birds will wake me up, and I'll wake up in the morning, and I like to say, Thy will be done this day. This will be a day of completion. I give thanks for this day. Miracles shall follow. Miracles and wonders shall never cease. I also like to declare, because our words and our thoughts are heavy vibrations and weigh tremendously with our environment, because working with our Creator, that's how much power He's given us. He is allowing us, He wants to give us what we want. So let's find out what we want. So everything I do every day, I want it to be successful. So I baptize everything I do in success. And the law of attraction teaches us all of those things. And we've already known about the earth and how it's just one. I said this earlier. It's a big fish tank. It's all this water and all the vibrations that go through it. To imagine, wow, it's amazing. And the rainbows are seven colors. It's all around us still. Somebody was talking about, because everybody, I feel like everybody has their own, everybody contributes, just like the elements, how they're all different. But if it wasn't for earth, fire, and wind, if it wasn't for the fire, water, and wind, the earth would not be as strong and as healing as it is. And they all work together, which is pretty amazing. Even sunflowers, when the sun isn't shining directly on the sunflowers, they reach into each other to find the rays from within each other. So what's common is that we're here to assist each other by first going in with us, loving on us, where we're like, yes, we can love each other ourselves. We're able to love each other, which is amazing, right? So these are a couple of ways and things that I'm doing to practice bringing people together, letting them know how wonderful they are, and helping people have the tools. If we don't have the tools, then we can't even practice. If we don't know the truth, then how are we supposed to practice the truth if we don't know it? So basically thinking in our higher selves. And part of one of the classes that I took, we had distinctions, and one of them was about our round table. And our round table had a lot to do with our past selves, because our past selves have a lot to do with how we think today. It is who made us. It is our muscle memory. We have been practicing doing the wrong thing for so long that the right thing feels wrong. So we got to practice doing the right thing so that we can get in the knee-jerk reaction to always get wonderful results, because we're doing it the way where it's perfect. Well, we're doing it in the way where we want it to go. And everything is perfect. It's all perfect because it's all what we wanted, and God designed it like that. So we just need to love it because we got what we wanted. We gotta be, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it, right? So that's important. It's all about taking responsibility. Totally about taking responsibility for us and who we are. What do you want? How are you looking at a situation? What's the perspective of it? Always know that you can have whatever you want. I have some notes, and I'm trying to make sure that I look over some of my notes to see if I've covered everything. I just wanted to come out today and really push on the world right now. Love, unconditional love, prosperity, healing. I'm sending hugs and kisses out to everyone who needs it. Everyone, period. And I love you guys so much. But I wanted to come today and kind of sum up everything that I have been working towards. And it's amazing to be able to put it all together. Everything that I've gone over, whether that is the keys of life, just fearless faith, non-resistance, unconditional love. Non-resistance is big. That is part of momentum. That is part of surrendering, okay? It's so important to surrender. And I believe I was talking about our past selves, right? Our round table. So we really need to say to ourselves, love on our past selves and say, I love you, and understand the truth. Go back and tell ourselves, well, the truth of the situation, like, this is what I told myself. This is how I felt. But what it actually was everybody was doing the best they could. And hurt people. And heal people. And I am a healed person, healing person. And I choose to heal others because I'm healing. I choose to make sure that I ask myself in a situation, what would love have me do in this situation? But I know I'm kind of bouncing around, you guys, and thank you. Stay with me though. So we have all of these different formulas and examples, right? The laws, from law of attraction to, if you feel like that you built up a lot of karma, things that are coming at you that you're like, oh shoot, maybe I didn't make a loving decision in that situation. Ask for forgiveness. You could do Ho'oponopono prayer. That's in one of my other videos, Ho'oponopono prayer. Just forgive me. Well, it's I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I really do love that prayer. So we have the keys of life, right? Wellness recovery action plan will help you go become a master of yourself. What you study, you practice, and you become it. Create, enjoy the journey. That's another one, right? Be the example, create a self, express something, and enjoy the journey. Enjoy, have fun, release, let go. It is literally venom to our bodies to have any type of burdens or worry. As a matter of fact, it is proven through science of our bodies to not worry about anything, to let it go. Like, it's been proven that it is detrimental to our immune systems to worry. And it's been said, and we're not supposed to, because our Creator has it for us. It's where our magic comes from. So we let it go. Nothing in the universe can stop a surrendered mind and a surrendered heart working in unison. Surrender your mind. Surrender your heart. When you feel like all over the place, focusing exercise. That means you're just thinking about something simple. The best way to do that is just let go and think about the clouds. If you're in a room, you can place your focus on the texture of the ceiling or something. Something really simple. Or me, I like to go into the universe. We can talk about happy thoughts all day. So I was just going over the different formulas. 10 components, I always compare things with those because it's really good to do that. Stay on track because I'm holistic. All of those things would add up. So these are ways that we can stay in our higher thinking. Our higher thinking gives us a better life. It is literally, your life is what you think of it. Are you grateful for what we have now? I am truly grateful for everything. I wanted to go over I believe I've gone over most of everything that I wanted to talk about today. It might look like I'm a little unorganized. For this maybe, but I really want to express how important it is to visualize who you are, loving yourself. And what you want in your life. And if you don't know what you want, we're going to sit down and think about it. Watch Journey to the Center of You if you don't know what you want. That formula there will help you. Now, I was talking about all of these formulas for a reason. Because you don't have to put them in any type of order, but the formulas will definitely help. And I also want you to know that you are in the right place at the right time. Always. You are where you're supposed to be in life. It is on purpose. You are purposeful. And you are right where you're supposed to be. And I love knowing that. I love knowing that I am right where I'm supposed to be in life. It's pretty amazing that I don't need to be anywhere else but where I'm at right now. It's pretty incredible. So, when I was referring to the round table, I don't know if you guys saw that. I think I had talked about this in one of my other videos about the Zealy commercial where the lady has her different selves. Past, present, and future. So, round table, you want to go back, tell yourself, if it stops you, if for some reason, your past stops you from having faith, fearless faith about who you are, what you want, for some reason, if it does that, if you feel weighed down or burdened by anything, we need to find out why, right? So, ask yourself, what is the reason you feel that way? What was the first time you felt that way? Go back there. How old were you? Go back there and ask that question for yourself. And tell yourself the truth in whatever situation that it happened and love on yourself. Okay? Sit with that for a while and tell yourself that truth. That you're amazing. Whatever lie was told that you're not or not loved or not worthy, it's a lie. There are so many different affirmations out there that you can use that will help. Yes, I agree that affirmations help the most when they're situational, when it's appropriate for the situation. So for example, if someone does feel like that they're not worthy, it's probably because someone in their family has not made them feel seen or heard. But you know what? There is time in their life where they have felt seen and heard, and they should think especially on those times. Memories help us especially. And let's think about those times so that we can get into the frequency of bringing more of those times. Our round table has a lot to do with distinguishing what it is and what it is not. If we know what it is, then we know what it is not. And this is recovery. We are recovering from doing this, from not knowing, okay? Because we're recovering from not knowing to knowing to now we know. So what are we going to do about it? Okay? Self-care. Take care of yourself. Love on yourself. It's all about yourself. It's all about how you treat yourself, who you are, how do you feel? Because how you feel about you is going to be how you feel about others. That's why they're saying there's a mirror effect. If someone's lashing out, it's because, hey, maybe they're not feeling good about themselves. Maybe something's going on. It's kind of like projecting. Oh, well, they're upset because they're kind of taking it out on someone else. But anyway, I just wanted to come out and tell everyone how wonderful you are. I got this necklace. I don't know. I kind of like it. And I'm so proud of the world. The world should be proud of themselves, and they're amazing. We are amazing. I love it. I love what we're doing. I can feel it. We're so awesome. Wow. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I'm just right now practicing. And so many great things are just coming up in my life, and I know they're coming up in yours, and I love it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me. Pray that you got some gold out of something that I've said today. But again, there are so many different formulas, and they all point back to you, to ourselves, to us, to me. First, love you. I pray every night, every morning. I say my affirmations, and I am definitely writing on my high desk. I allow my higher self to be in control and taking over in the boardroom. My 20-year-old self, if she has something to say, we're going to listen. But hopefully she has kind of learned from my higher self by now, because we've practiced this. So hey, whatever you got to say, let it be out of love, okay? What would love have you say in this situation, right? So, again, I love you guys so much. And alignment. It keeps us in alignment. Unconditional love. I could sum up everything that I have to say in just that one word. Well, I think I've taken up a lot of your time already, and also always just remember that excuse me, that life is working for you. Not against you, but for you. There's silver linings in everything. There's a reason for it. So remember that. It's always working for us. Because it's unconditional love. God loves us. Our Creator loves us. So we're not bored. We have adventures every day, and let's notice it. And how are we addressing them? Are we assisting someone in this moment, in situation, or are we not healed enough to handle it? And that's fine. We're going to handle it either way. But love it. Love that, oh my gosh, I learned something. Surrender to the fact that that's another sovereign being and you could learn from them. I'm always the student, and I'd like to share with what I'm learning, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I love you guys for listening to me, and thank you so much. This is Danielle on her journey, and thank you for listening to me. I love you guys. Again, I wish blessings, prosperity, and healing on the world.